Welcome, everybody. It's episode 39 of the PokeGuardian podcast. I'm Taj. I'm here with Zakariya as usual.
Hello, everyone.
And first of all, I'd like to apologise about the length of time it's been between this episode and the last one. A lot of things happening in my personal life. I haven't been well either, but we're here now. Me and Zakariya are here, and we're going to catch up with everything that we've missed out on in the last few weeks. So let's start, as we usually do, with our card pickups. Zakariya, what have you picked up recently?
Well, since the last episode, too much, but I have a deck box here in front of me. I'm not showing everything because, again, I always shout out now my channel where I show off some of my pickups. But I have a nice stack here. I've bought, let me sort it out just a second.
No
I have a lot of HOOVs here.
Nice.
It's a nice stack.
Agawa HOOVs, yeah?
Yeah, it's the one. I think this is a severely underrated card.
I think so too.
It's just look at it. It's the best next thing to a special art card.
For a standard V card, that card is, as you say, it's like a special art. You know,
it's among my top of the Sword and Shield, honestly.
Absolutely.
And these don't cost much, honestly. Nice cards don't have to be expensive.
That's true.
This is also what is this? Got a set of this. This is from my opening, actually.
Yep.
It's a Mopico V Union. Yeah, I won't bother showing it online. It's a mess. But those are one of my highlights.
Yep.
This one also, by the way. This is the, I think, Freaky Bags art rare from Tomokazu Kumiya.
Yep.
And I actually got this in my Kado Collectibles prize pack. So that's one pack. I actually got what I wanted. So that's a very nice one. And up to you, Taj.
Yeah. Those sets have definitely been lucky for you, Snow Hazard and Clayburst for sure.
Yes.
But let's move on to my card pickup. So I went to the London card show recently, and I picked up a few cards while I was there. Talking about Akira Agawa, I picked up the not everyone's favorite Pokemon, Enamorous V.
Nice.
Alt art. I just think this artwork is stunning, and it is by Akira Agawa. So, stunning artwork. Talking about Akira Agawa, I bought some One Piece packs recently in my local town. First time anywhere I found them in my local town, and I got
very nice.
Ronoro Zoro alt art by Akira Agawa. For the second time I pulled that, and that's an amazing card. It's like £100 plus, so I was very, very lucky to pull that card.
That's very nice. They don't sell One Piece at most stores, right? It's very difficult. It's
like Digimon was when it first came out. One Piece is the demand is high, the supply is low. So Bandai messed up a little bit. Well, they didn't mess up. I think as usual, they've got to test the ground and see how popular a card game is before they commit to printing. And demand is overwhelming. It's still very difficult to get. The next one I got, this one I've been meaning to get for a while, and I didn't want to wait any longer because the prices are crawling up. So I got the English and the Japanese version. This is what I was hunting for when I went to the London card show.
Very nice card.
I managed to get them. And they're obviously by Akira Komiyama, who's done recently the Miriam alt art, which is a stunning card as well.
Yeah.
And then I got Bliss Eevee as well. So I needed that CSR. So I got that with Pokemon Center Lady. And finally, I got the Indonesian version of Pikachu. I've got the Japanese version, but I haven't opened my Japanese Precious Collector box.
Yeah.
I opened. I purchased a second collector's box without the promo, really cheap. I think I paid like £80 for the whole set, or £90. And then I was like, well, I want the promo as well, so I can have it in the frame. So I thought, let me get the Indonesian version. It's the same print as the Japanese.
Yes.
It's in English language, and very nice indeed. So those are my card pickups, and we'll move on now, shall we? Let's talk about what has happened since the last podcast, and we'll start off with SV2P and SV2D. So that's Snow Hazard and Clayburst. All the cards were revealed. Obviously, the set's been out a little while now, but we had the SRs, ARs, SARs, and UR cards revealed. and we've also got something to do with Clayburst we're going to talk about as well, because it was absolute pandemonium when this set came out in Japan. But let's talk about the cards first. Let's have a look at the sets. Snow Hazard obviously wasn't as popular as Clayburst, but it did have some stunning cards in it. What were your sort of highlights of this set? Obviously, I know there's some nice Komiya AR cards in this, but what did you think overall as a set, as far as ARs, SARs, and SRs were concerned?
Well, all the manners aside, I think they're still very nice sets. I think Snow as a Clayburst complement each other very nicely, honestly. The whole Iono, we'll come back to that later. But personally, I think the cards are just beautiful. In my opinion, again, some of those special art rares are just, I think, stunning. In terms of playability, this set as a whole will be very impactful for the summer. There are so many archetypes coming and decks coming out of this set. And yeah, I think it's a very nice set overall. I think for what it is, in terms of, it's been blown up, honestly. But that's what do you think about the set? Not counting Iono, but
well, I'm a huge Tinkerton fan, and I love the Eeveelution line with the AR cards and the SAR card. The card itself, I want to build the deck around. I just think it's such an awesome mechanic, great card. So that was my highlight for me, was the Tinkerton line. Obviously after Iono. I do again love the SARs of the supporters. They looked awesome. I think all four of them have got some great character to them. Three of them two of them very, very affordable. One of them not so affordable. The other one's just forget about it. So again, SARs I think are going to be those kind of things. I'll pick some up in Japanese where I can afford, but most of them I'll pick up in English because they are going to be a fraction of the price. Obviously, this set's going to be making up Paldea Evolved. Pre-releases start, I think, next week in Europe and
something
the USA.
Like that.
Yeah, I think they do, because I'm going Comic-Con on Saturday and planning to go to a pre-release on Sunday. So
June 9. Yeah, so it's releasing June 9. It's Paldea Evolved, so I think next week we'll see the start.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing pre-releases. So there's definitely pre-releases locally for me on the Saturday and the Sunday in the UK. So start to expect to see them next weekend and the weekend after. So these cards will be coming in English very, very soon for you to see. But I think, generally very nice set. AR cards are continuing to look stunning. Every time they release a new set, I'm like, well, how can they outdo the last one? Obviously, there are some of them that look not generic, not standard, but they look a bit not plain compared to others as far as ARs are concerned, but they're still better than any other full arts, just a standard regular SR. Correct. I think it's I'm so happy they've continued with the ARs. It just gives you that extra when you're opening a booster box.
I agree.
In Japanese. So great set, some great cards there, and obviously we got the legendary creatures. You got the legendary fish by Akira Agawa. I forgot what it's called, but
Chiyu, was it?
Chiyu, that's it. Stunning looking card.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. So some great cards in this set, these two sets. And there was an issue with supply and demand. So let's talk about that, shall we? So in Japan, they had to they did this with the Eevee Heroes. They had to announce a formal apology about the release and how difficult it was for people to get the product. Release day, there was absolute chaos. I saw images on Twitter of 1,000 people waiting outside a Yoriboshi camera, I think.
Crazy.
Just to try and get hold of boxes. So Pokemon Japan have made an announcement. They stated, look, we're really, really sorry. And then they also announced they're going to be doing made to order. So they did an announcement and they set a date, and you could literally go to the Pokemon Center Japan online. There was a window of, I think, 4 days, 5 days, something like that. And you could place an order and you're guaranteed one box. You can only order one box. You're guaranteed the one box, and there will be separate waves coming out between August and October, I think, is the aim for them to try and send those boxes out. If you order a box, you're going to get a box. That's how it works. So, yeah, I think that was a good move, and that did drop the prices slightly for a little time, but I think the prices are going to go back up again. The problem with reprints and made to order is when there's a limited supply and you're only allowed to order a limited amount, and based on Pokemon Japan's print run capabilities with all the Asian cards they're printing, they're not going to, it's going to be a small amount into the marketplace, which isn't going to make a huge impact as far as prices are concerned. But it's going to hopefully let people who didn't get a chance to open a box at least open a box, which is the most important thing. Yes. And as with anything that's made to order, if you order it, you're going to get it. That's your opportunity. If you don't order, that's down to you. You had the chance. If you're in Japan, you had the opportunity to order it. You can't complain if you don't get your hands on it now, because they did announce it. They gave you a window to order, and that was that. I mean, what were your thoughts on this? We all knew. I mean, you were tweeting about Iono about 6 months ago, saying, you just wait till Iono gets announced as an SR or an SAR, see what mayhem's going to happen, and obviously it did.
Yeah.
But what's your opinion on that?
Everything was building up to that specific moment. This was the final nail in the special art rare coffin, essentially. Iono was, what I didn't expect is that Iono was a staple card.
Yes.
And that made matters even worse than it already was. And personally, if you want my opinion, that reprint, I think that won't do much.
No.
We have seen the same with Eevee Heroes last year. And what that reprint, it was not as big as everyone hoped it to be. And what that did for the Eevee Heroes market, all the cards went up. And I think the same is somewhat happening with Clayburst in the future. Who knows? This is all speculation on my part, but I think once someone has that box in their hands, that box will probably be 150, 200 euros on the market. Who knows? And then it will be not a asset for retail anymore. No, it's just a market price. And either resell or just open it, hope for that Iono. And I think it's a very interesting apology because it's only a clay burst. What I think they should have done, it sounds weird, but if they truly cared about, the players wanting their full art cards, why not make a promotional card of Iono separate from the set? Hey, you want Iono? Here's our apology. This is to make it good. Fixed. But no, they want to make a booster box that, again, is difficult to reprint. Everyone just wants Iono, let's face it. Nobody wants everything else, just Iono.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that if they truly cared about community, make a promotional card of it. And that way, I think the majority of people will be satisfied. But I don't work for creatures. I don't work for Pokemon. My opinion is not valid, of course. But this is a crazy situation. And let's see what 151 will do, because that's the set we'll talk about next. Yep. But my opinion about Iono, personally, special art rare, I think the regular SR card looks better in the pose. Grusha, in my opinion, looks more like a special art rare than Iono. And I think that's probably the reason why I don't buy Iono special art rare. Because again, it does what it does. It's an amazing card, but for me, it doesn't look as special. But I maybe,
I get where you're coming from there. The SAR is obviously by
Kisaki,
who does an amazing job with cards and artwork, and has been doing cards since I think XY in
something
Pokemon.
Like that.
But her style is this card you could quite easily think it was a normal SR. If you didn't know the difference, but I love the card and I'd love to have it, but I'm gonna have to wait till it comes out in English, unfortunately. But that's where we are. So Snow has a clay burst, so there will be a reprint coming out. We don't think it's going to hit the market. If anything, it'll give the set a second wave of attention when the reprint does come out. So it's going to sort of like flurry the prices back up again, I think, because people will know we're not getting any more after this, and that's it. So there we are. So that's Snow Hazard, Clayburst. As we said, those sets have been out in Japan and have come and gone. But you can get your hands on these cards when they come out in English in Paldea Evolved. These two sets are going to make up 2/3 of the set, along with Triplet Beat.
Yes.
So yeah, look out for that. Right, talking about sets, Pokemon card 151 set was revealed. Kadabra makes its comeback after 20 years absence. I don't know if you guys know the history of why Kadabra was no longer in Pokemon. Let's just say there was an individual who likes spending spoons, who created a lawsuit against Nintendo, and he's recently opened a museum and wanted a bit of attention, and he dropped his lawsuit and told Nintendo, go ahead, use that again. And Nintendo have been given the green light now to start making cards with Kadabra in it again. That individual did. Should we say his name? Do you want to publicize him or not?
The thing is, what needs to be made clear, Pokemon Company have never acknowledged any of it.
That's true.
So it's Uri Geller that's indeed, saying all of these claims. It might be, but we never ever probably will know what's officially been told between each other. Who knows? They maybe never have even. I've seen some posts, that they send them a letter from the company of TP. Hey, what I think what's important now, Kadabra is back.
Exactly. So that's the most important thing. So we've got the original 151 Pokemon from the original Kanto region, and it's the set's coming out. Everyone's super hyped and excited about this one. We did get some artwork showing almost like a poster of the 151 behind the I think it was the folder, the small pocket folder, wasn't it, that comes with 5 packs?
The mini file set, something like that.
Yeah, the mini file set, and it comes with I think the 3 starters promos. And there's I don't know if that poster is actually going to be in there or not, but there's an image that was shown with that. Which if you've got very good eyes and you can sort of unblur the images, you might be able to see what's what.
Yes.
But we did get a lot of information out. So obviously those promos we've got of the 3-star Pokemon, and I think is there a Pikachu promo as well? I don't think
so.
No, Pikachu's in the main set. Yeah, but this set's going to comprise of 165 cards plus question mark, as I always say, so SR or higher. That's full art or higher to those who don't understand what SR is. It will release June the 16th, so not very long to go. Only about a month, 4 weeks away. One booster box includes 20 packs, 7 cards per pack. So I think there's energy cards probably in each pack as well.
Yes, plus a mirror foil.
Yes, there's mirror foil as well.
That's also in there, yes.
So booster boxes are 5,800 yen, and one booster pack costs 280 yen. So, your thoughts on this one, Zakariya?
Yeah, I think everything. This set doesn't need much explanation. Honestly, it will sell itself, and we can already see the hype. Pokemon is putting a lot of effort and money into marketing this set. So what they did is the Pokemon centers, they are showing posters of it. The Pokemon Fossil Museum is also being shown off, the fossil Pokemon, which is a very nice touch in my opinion. In my opinion, this set is just, honestly, I wouldn't say it will be as crazy as Clayburst, but it certainly will have a big presence. And Pokemon, I think that the next month will be all about 151. Merchandise. Pokemon Center will probably hold a 151 line, probably, outside of Pokemon cards. It's just a fantastic concept that it's, the only thing is, will Gen 2 come in this format? Because that will be the next big thing, honestly. And I can't wait to see something like this happen. 251 set.
Yeah.
Please.
So it's really interesting. Some really, obviously you got Alakazam EX, Mew EX, Giovanni's Charisma. I think there's Erica's card as well that's been shown. Safety goggles. Those are the official releases.
Very playable cards so far, and the set will hit all the spots. Collectability, nostalgia, playability, competitive play,
Yep.
and this set's just a winner of a set, honestly.
And I'm
And
wondering whether this is going to be a special set in English or not. I would say it's
we
tailored to
have
be.
we have seen a rumor, listings on the French websites that mentioned Mew Premium Collection, Ultra Premium Collection,
Yep.
and since Mew EX is revealed, I think the special art rare or whatever of Mew EX will probably be included in that specific box. Again, this is still a rumor. I have not seen any sell sheets of that product yet, but honestly, TPCI, if they will make this set into, for example, a normal set, that's just stupid. They will make
Yeah.
more revenue selling it as a special set,
Yep.
and I don't see the set anything else.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah,
And the timing would be right as well, because generally
yes,
speaking, they release a special set August, September.
yeah,
We had that with like Shining Legends and Champions Path came out roughly that time as well.
correct,
It makes sense for this to be a special set. And it just sort of tailors itself perfectly for it if you think
yeah,
about it. So I think it will, when it comes in English, end up being a special set with special products. They usually have like a 4 to 5 month window where they have release products. You can only get booster packs in those products. You can't buy loose booster packs. I think that's
yes,
the way to do this set.
probably yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So really interesting. I wonder whether they're going to have the packs, because they're 7 card packs. You get a mirror foil, you get energy in there. I wonder whether they're going to use these for sealed competitions or not. Depending on, I don't know how they'll do the
I
seeding
don't
in
think
here.
so. I think it's
I
more like a Pokemon Go style set. It's
Yeah,
literally, I think it's a specialty set. But what is still confirmed, art rares, we have seen
yeah,
was Tangela art rare. It still will hold the same format as this year's
yep,
releases. But Milfoil, I think this set again, Milfoil cards in this set, yeah, if you can get your hands on this product, I think this set will age very nicely.
yeah,
Even if there's like 10 or 15 art rares, there's 151 Pokemon in there,
yeah,
and you have all 151 probably in Milfoil. Or nothing, not all from 151, but it will be very nice to collect them all in normal and Milfoil as well, because some of those cards have EX cards, so you cannot have them in Milfoil.
yeah,
I think it's just high potential, and I think the hype will be justified for this
absolutely.
set. Yeah.
So the set drops on June the 16th in Japan. No release date or information in English just yet, but as soon as we do, we'll share it with you guys on a future podcast. Okay, let's move on now. And the next bit is about a rumored September set coming September 22nd called Raging Surf. It's important to note that the following information is not being confirmed, subject to change. So, Raging Surf, we've received some initial details of our upcoming set, slated for release this summer. The recently trademarked name Raging Surf, it appears to be legitimate. um, it's an enhanced expansion pack, according
Yes.
to what the information we've got. September 22nd launch, as we've said. It'll be 30 pack booster box, and it's a 62 card set plus SRs or higher. It's going to be the usual sort of standing. One booster
Correct.
box, of course, costs 5,400 yen. And we're assuming that's going to be Goldingo. Is that how you say it? It's
I
the
have no idea.
the gimme ghoul that I've been getting in Pokemon Go. Uh, so it's based on that little coin Pokemon from Paldea. So that's pretty much all we know, isn't it? I don't think there's
Yeah,
much.
there's a Garchomp rumored, and what is
Mm,
very important now to know, because at the time we didn't, there I have seen a sell sheet that mentioned on the same release, September 22nd, water type terrestrial Garchomp merchandise.
ah,
And that is something interesting, to know about, because again, same release date. Well, I don't think it didn't specifically mention the Raging Surf, but honestly, September 22nd, Garchomp was already rumored. Now we know what the type terrestrial Garchomp merchandise is coming
yep,
for that date. Yeah, and what is interesting is I think they now name sets based on the terrestrial type Pokemon, not
yeah,
necessarily the legendaries. So that's also very interesting, and also very interesting for rumors, because you cannot always, bet on legendaries anymore.
yeah,
So, but that's all we know.
yeah. So very little info, but that's as Zakariya says, that's all we know. So as soon as we've got more information, we will let you guys know. Okay, moving on to the next. Well, you've already talked about it. The water type terrestrial Garchomp merchandise coming for Raging Surf, we assume. Again, as you said, it's dated for the 22nd. Premium glass deck sleeves will cost 990 yen.
Yes.
So they're the gloss sleeves. So we've seen these before. I think we saw it with Umbreon, didn't we, recently?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
or
there's a
or
moon
something
Umbreon
like
looking up at a moon or something, and it was about the same price. Deck box is 500 yen, and playmat 2,970 yen. So they're standard prices.
Yeah.
They'll be available from the Pokemon Center in Japan as well as Pokemon Card Gym stores. No images yet, but that's pretty much it. But it's the same day Raging Surf is due to come out, which is a bit of a coincidence. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that. Okay, next up, a huge announcement. New Nagaba, as you guys know, did a really, really amazing promo run and products. Was it last year or the year before?
I think 2021, right? Something
yeah, a
like
couple
that.
of years ago. The Pikachu range. And there was a clothing range, I think, with it as well.
Yeah,
It was
apparel.
merchandise, wasn't there? Yeah.
I think there was apparel. Yes, there was apparel.
Yeah, there was apparel. That's right. Yeah,
clothing,
which you can get, and there was obviously like a long storage box and stuff as well. I didn't get it. I think it was a lottery or made to order, but
I think it was a lottery.
It's a lottery
because I don't have it and I wanted it at the time.
Yeah, I think it was. I think you're right. It was a lottery. But this is coming out, and this is really cool. So this is based on Eevee and the Eeveelutions. So there are going to be a total of 9 promos, I believe. Yeah, 9.
All the evolutions.
Yeah, all the evolutions and Eevee. And they're done by Unigaba, which is a unique sort of black and white, just a sort of like a pen drawn style, like
simplistic.
Thick marker, sort of marker style drawing. Really, really unique, stunning artwork, I have to say. And there is a range of products that are coming out. Again, there is a collaboration with Beams. Beams did a promo with a Pikachu card a while back as well.
Yes, Pikachu GX.
I remember that. It came in like an envelope, didn't it, with Beams?
Yes.
So they're doing another collaboration with them. But yeah, some stunning products. So you got the playmat, you got the storage box, you got the deck box, you got the sleeves, and I think you've got a playmat box as well. So let's just talk about what there is. There's a binder, which is coming out for 1,908 yen. These products are coming out 24th of May. They were all lottery on the Pokemon Center website. I think they might be available in Pokemon Card Gym stores as well. I'm not 100% sure.
No.
These are Pokemon Center online
exclusive.
only and lottery.
And Beams. Today, actually, Beams sold it 4 days before now. So
okay.
It's also interesting.
That's interesting to note. But what's also interesting is that the promo cards themselves are going to be when you spend 1,000 yen at a Pokemon Center, you will get a promo pack, which will give you a random promo in it.
Yes.
So if you spend 3,333 yen, you'll get 3 promo packs. For each 1,000 yen you've spent, you'll get a promo pack, and it's pot luck whether you get all 9 or not. So it's going to be one of those things. Seal promo pack, you get 1 card per promo pack. You won't get all 9 in a pack. So it's going to be difficult to get hold of all of them, but they will be readily available in Japan. It's not going to be a small print. I think Pokemon Center know that this is going to be very popular. They're already primed up for it. When you were applying for the lotteries for these products, they were stating you will get this many promo packs with this product if you win the lottery. So they were making sure that everyone was aware what they were getting. And it's for any purchase of products from the Pokemon Center, I believe, not specific to just this product line.
Should be all.
So this product line is going to be difficult to get hold of, but the promos will be a lot easier. So we've got several products, as I stated. So we had the card binder, like I said, 1,908 yen. We see a new frame coming out as well. So these acrylic frames have been really popular since their first introduction into the Pokemon Center. And you're holding one there in your hand as well. I've got about 20 of them, I have to say, different styles.
Amazing product.
They are stunning. I do love the frames. And yeah, 1,490 yen for the frame, which is really cool. The promos we've talked about, and then Beams are going to be doing some products, t-shirts, baseball caps. I think they've got like bags as well, various different products.
Pins.
Yeah, and they make, and yeah, they've got pin badges as well by the looks of it. Lots of stuff, and what they're stating is each person's entitled to buy up to 2 of each product. They're making sure that they're going to be available, and obviously everyone's limited to what they can buy. So yeah, lots of products, varying prices. I mean, there's a day pack, like a backpack, up to 29,700 yen. There's pins, 500 yen. The caps, 5,280 yen. There's a bandana for 2,200. Socks with the Unigawa socks.
The whole outfit.
They've got you covered. You know, if you want to be like walking down to Pokemon Worlds in your Unigawa outfit, you're pretty much covered. So yeah. So a great range of products. Very popular artists, very popular line, I can imagine. And yeah, this is going to be one for those collectors. If you can get all 9 of those on a 9-page binder, fantastic. You know,
I think it's fantastic, honestly.
Yeah. I'd love to get hold of these. So we'll see what availability is like when they come out. They should be readily available, but as we know, Pokemon Center promos, they used to be like less than 100 yen back in the day, but not anymore. You know, you're going to probably be paying, depending on which Eeveelution as well. I think Umbreon and Espeon might be a little bit more expensive than the rest.
Sylveon, Umbreon.
Yeah.
Glaceon also has I think,
Yeah.
It's just
most of them have a
Eeveelutions,
following,
Eeveelutions, man. Come on, you can't. They know what they are doing. You know,
you got to catch them all. Yeah,
That's what I remember. I got those Poncho Eevees, from 2017, 2018, and at the time I was training with a friend in Japan who could obtain them for not much to effort.
Yeah,
and now it's just it's been insane how much they have.
I missed out on those. Yeah,
but again, times have changed.
Very much so.
Yeah,
absolutely. Right, let's move on. Next article we're going to be talking about is Scarlet and Violet EX starter decks, which have been revealed. So you've seen these all before. We had the starter deck 100s. We also had like the GX starter decks. We had the V starter decks. We've now got the EX starter decks. So there's a range of, I think it's 8 have been announced, and then there's a secret one as well, I think. Or is it?
There's a special, there's again loose ones, and I think there's like 8 or something indeed. And there's just a special starter deck that's called more like Omakase, but it's called random essentially in Japanese.
Yeah.
And there is a chance you can get out of those 8, not 8, but 10. So there are 2 extra types we have not seen before. So it's more like a gacha. More like one starter deck 100-ish kind of vibe. But that's all about there is to it.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, they've revealed some of the decks and the cards in there. So you got a Decidueye one, and they've shown you the Decidueye line essentially. You've got the olive one, the olive Pokemon, with Segaru supporter in there. Victini, they've only just shown you the Victini on that one. You've got the Chandelure line with band. Don't know which band that is, like a strong band or something. But yeah, anyway, they've shown some cards that fit in well, that are going to be in those decks, which are naturally, you look at what they are and you're like, they fit naturally in with that particular card archetype, and it'll make a good sort of starter deck. So these are great products that you usually find. We did find that there were some restaurants which, like, you go and sit down and you can buy a starter deck like this while you're waiting for your food and play against each other because they're so cheap.
Was it Denny's?
Yeah, it was like fast food restaurants.
Yeah, Denny's sushi restaurants, something like that. Yeah, very cool.
But and there will be probably tournaments for these as well. There will be sealed tournaments where you get a random one from the random box. So from the outside of the product, you can't tell on the Omakase EX start deck. You're going to get one of the decks in it randomly.
Yes.
So that's probably the best one to use for a sealed tournament. Everyone gets a random deck.
Correct.
Picking which one you want. So you're going to have to sort of learn it as you go along, unless you really study hard and learn all 8 decks before you go there. But I think that's the way to go. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So that's coming out. What was the date on this one? July 7th.
It's very close.
So good time to come out. Sort of school holidays starting. I think Japan might be similar.
This is a very strategic product. They will capitalize on the 151 audience. Yeah. Hey, I come back to Pokemon. I like Kanto, and hey, I want to play, and this right in front of their nose.
Yeah.
The next month. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks later, this comes out. Boom, right. Yeah, okay, I've started collecting 151. Now I want to learn how to play the game. Here you go. Here's a nice product.
Exactly.
A starter product for you to play with. Yeah.
Very nice.
There is going to be a battle campaign as well. So participating stores will give out an original mini item case for every 2 EX starter decks. And Omakase EX starter decks products that are purchased. So it's great to carry your damage counters and markers and stuff in these little boxes.
Yep.
And then you can slide them in the front of your deck box.
I wonder if it indeed fits, because it looks compact enough. But
yeah.
I hope it does.
Hopefully it does. I don't know if it's plastic or cardboard, though. It's very difficult to tell. They've not really stated, have they?
Mini item case. They didn't mention a tin.
Yeah.
That's a little bit awkward, but we'll see soon. Yeah.
It's very vague. We'll find out soon enough. Obviously, quite a few Pokemon in here. Some that we've seen before. Like, actually, they're different. I think they're slightly different to what we've seen before. Like Miraidon EX.
There's a new.
It's a new one.
The EXs
the move's different on it.
The EXs are all unique and new. There are some reprints of normal cards in there. But, the EXs are new. I can assure you that. Yeah.
Some nice looking cards in here. I mean, I could just look at this Froakie. My son's going to love that by Atsuya Yuki. That's looking pretty good. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. How we're going to get these in English, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get these as starter decks. What usually happens is these get rammed into a special set product. So
most
maybe...
likely,
if we continue with like the last 2 years trend where we're getting 2 special sets a year, this could be like a January special set maybe.
Or Fusion Strike.
Yeah, they did that, didn't they? So we'll wait and see what happens with these, but I'm sure we will get these cards in English, whether they're 10 promos or one way or another. We'll see these for sure. Okay, so like we said, these come out July the 7th, 3 weeks after the Pokemon 151 set, 550 yen each. You convert that into English, that's like £4, €5, about $5 or $6. Not very expensive at all. An impulse buy, sit down and play with a great product. Cool. Okay, finally, let's talk about Thailand. They are having a special tournament where you can win the Charizard VMAX alternate art card, which has never been released in Japan. We've seen this in our Charizard UPC box in the West. Everyone's probably got it. That Charizard UPC box was very, very highly printed to the point stores were forced to buy them in the UK. And some stores are selling them as cheap as £80 now. They had an MSRP of 120, so 33% discount on these boxes as they're trying to clear them. And these promos are going for next to nothing. But this particular promo is going to be 1 of 100. There's only going to be 100 of these printed. And we all know what happens.
50
is it 50?
Even.
Oh, 50. We all know what happens with promos which are that rare. They're going to be very much sought after. So this is a pretty much it's a sealed, it's a sort of draft format, sealed format. You buy 5 packs from a shop on the day. I think you have to build a deck from those 5 packs. Is that correct?
Something like that.
Yeah, so it's a sort of sealed format.
It's a tournament.
If you guys have played a pre-release or played any sealed format, it's similar to that. Buy 5 packs, use those cards to make a deck. I don't know whether those are going to be like color limitations. Sometimes when you play those kind of formats, they don't your evolutions don't matter about you can do mutated evolutions essentially. Um, so I don't know. Depends on how they decide to run this. Each tournament's going to be between 16 to 32 people, and it'll only be at Pokemon gyms in Thailand. So yeah, what do you think of this one?
I think this is very interesting, especially when the website stated and not available in Japan. And
Yes.
that website is managed by the Pokemon company themselves.
Yep.
So it's not like, oh no, this is Japan is overseeing this. So making it very interesting. Also, Hong Kong and Taiwan also announced this promo to be given out. I haven't seen any limitations, but I think it's not much either. Crazy. And I am very stunned because Japan never got this. Why? Is it scrapped? Is there more coming? Because technically this card is not needed for play, It's not a playable card that's been prevented from Japan. But that's very crazy, This is a Charizard VMAX. Asia is getting it, but not Japan. I think at this point we have to just accept Japan will never get this.
Yeah.
Only way that are not ruled out is Extra Battle Day. The way that Lily, Guzma, and Esrola released, Cynthia, Melo and Lana, they all released later on. Even with the actual, there's like I think last year, at the end of last year.
Zakariya, was it?
No, that's another one. The Kaio Hyper is a competition of the more modern, recent sets.
Yeah.
They released I think at the end of 2022 a black and white expanded promo set with Execute, the Dynamic GX, Versus Seeker, Trainer's Mill, all like new reprinted cards in there. I think Sword and Shield promo card number. Anything's possible with all the cards. And yeah, will they do a best of X or Y style set? I doubt it. Will they do a promotion pack? I think that's the best way to go. Promo pack or just a tournament in which you can get this card. There's a bunch of other Japanese cards, international cards that have not been released in Japan yet. I am very, very, very curious if they will ever release Glaceon V, what more? Lithium V, Clara Full Art, Lance Charizard V, Dark Sylveon, and those are mechanically unique cards, by the way. So we have not gotten what more. It's Gym Trainer Full Art from Silver Tempest, even the regular version of Gym Trainer that we also got didn't release in Japan. Only the other artwork. Yeah, I think at this point, let's see what the time will tell. Because I think the Clara again. Why do they release them here?
Yeah,
it's usually the other way around. So, only thing that's interesting to know: Celebrations promos were exclusively designed for Pokemon Company International at the time. So maybe we need to get used to see more TPCI exclusives. Let's see.
Yep. Interesting stuff. Yeah. What I would love to see though is this Charizard VMAX with the Japanese texture, which is what this Thai version is going to have. It's going to be printed in Japan, so it's going to have the Japanese texturing. So if this card was ever to get a Japanese print, the texturing on this card would emulate that. So yeah.
Hopefully the Taiwan Hong Kong version will be massively available. Although, again, I am not a huge fan of Charizard, but I think this one is very cool, honestly. Yeah. If it's not too expensive, of course. Otherwise, it's a no-go for me, but...
I think this one would be super popular in Japan. It's got very much Godzilla vibes to it, and that's, it's cult status, so...
Charizard VMAX. Yeah, special art.
Right, I think we've come to the end of the podcast. That is everything we wanted to cover this time. If you guys have got anything you want us to talk about, please do obviously use PokeGuardian website of feedback. There is a way for you to contact us, and Zakariya will take that to hand, and we'll try and incorporate that as well. Please make sure you check out Zakariya's videos. He's been making a lot of YouTube videos recently. I've been a bit quieter on there. I will be back soon, putting more videos up. Like I said, I've had difficult few couple of months, but I will be back. I am going to be at the UK Games Expo, June the 2nd to 4th. I will be commentating on the Battle Spirit Saga and the One Piece card game, so do check that out on Twitch on Organize Play Stream.
Very exciting.
Yeah, very excited about that myself. My first commentating gig, so yeah, check that out. And I'll be going to Digimon pre-release this week. So yeah, just follow our Twitter, PokeGuardian Twitter. I'm at PokéTaj on Twitter as well. And we'll see you on the next episode. Anything you'd like to say before you go, Zakariya?
Thank you always everyone for listening and leaving the nice feedback. And thank you again for watching.
Yep, we appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful time, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.
Goodbye.